once a year. But Hallel is done on Rosh Chodesh also. It will be done on Hanukkah and lots of other times. But one of the times will be Sukkot, which is coming up on Sunday night. So first today's Friday, then we have Shabbos, then Sunday night starts Sukkot. And I hope all of you have an opportunity to eat in the sukkah at least once. Well, that was one of my favorite holidays from the time we got married. Because when I was a kid, there weren't a lot of people that built Sukkot, but I think we're looking for ritual and things now. And one of the things that people are finding meaningful is building Sukkot. And it's fun for the kids. It's fun to decorate. It's always fun to eat outside. It's good. You don't have to worry about anybody drops crumbs or anything else. So it's a fun holiday. So anyway, I hope that everybody had a meaningful fast and got something out of their prayers. Does anybody have any questions about Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, that have popped into your mind while you were either dreaming or davening or anything else?
Daydreaming.
Well, actually, our rabbi did during one of the services, the Avodah service, I think. He did a mindful thing with our eyes closed. And I think people are getting into that more to try to really get inside themselves. So, but I did see a few people sleeping. Anyway, I apologize. I did not send the page numbers. Can I just ask how many people are you? What book you're using? What Siddur you're using?
The Siddur Sim Shalom. I have the red and the blue.
Okay, you're using the Sim Shalom, the big one, or the one that's Shabbat and festivals, or just?
No, the everyday.
Everything. Okay, Shabbat and festivals. Good. Okay,
I have
anybody?
The blue one too.
And you're using Shalom, the red one. Okay, good. Okay, so good. What can you? Anything else? Judy, are you using something else?
I'm using the red one, the Love Shalom.
Okay, Love Shalom. Okay, good.
Love Shalom.
Okay, I don't want to leave anybody
else.
Good. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I figure if we're not using one of the books, I don't need to bother to give page numbers in those books. Also, one of the things I'd like us to be able to do is sort of find our way a little bit too. Certainly I will give page numbers, but it would be nice if we could find our way. You're using the Sim Shalom that has weekday and Shabbat. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we do have 3 different books. Okay, so first we'll just to give ourselves a little confidence. We're going to go back to the Torah service a little bit. And in the Lev Shalem, it's on 171. In the Sim Shalom, it's on page 141. And in the Siddur Sim Shalom, the full one, it's on page 398. And where we're going is we're doing the Shema when we first take out the Torah. Okay, just so we can be confident in what we start with, and then we'll move on to other things. So, all from Walgreens. Good. Okay, I'm waiting for everybody to be where you're going to be. Okay, so we will start with the Shema. I will read first, and then I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Shema Yisrael, Shema. If we remember, we're going to try to do it exactly. It's Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Well, and volunteer. We're going to do this like we do in shul. Thank you, Arlene. Well, I'm going to read. Okay. And you repeat.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Perfect. Okay. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Volunteer. Judy. Frank. Sorry, I have to say which Judy. There's 2 Judys. Raise your hand first. Judy Farrell will be after.
Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
Good. Okay.
I think maybe you
Um,
should call us by our last names.
Okay, Frank, hey, help. That's tricky. First name and last name. Okay. Then we do the choreography, whoever's holding the Torah turns around and faces the ark, and bows, and we all bow too. As the Torah is bowing, we bow. Just when the Torah is standing, we're standing. When the Torah bows, we bow. Gadlu ladonai iti unaromama shemo yachdav. Judy Carlin, you want to be brave? You can do it, but you have to unmute.
Yes, okay. Okay, so that's what the Chazan chants.
Yes.
So we
But
chant
we
the
sing
two.
too. Don't we sing with them? I think. No, I remember. No, we don't.
Okay,
It's one of those things I do it and I don't think about it.
I know, it's okay. Good, Gadlo, La Adonai, Iti, Urima Ma, Shemo Yachdav.
Good.
Yachdav.
Godlu, not Godlo. You see where the dot is?
Gadlu,
Right.
sorry?
The dot is in the
God-
middle. You see Godlo.
Oh, Gadlu, yes. Yes, Gadlu,
Okay,
La
good.
Adonai,
Okay. You can
Iti,
read it again. Good.
Una Romama, Shemo Yachdav.
It's also another one that would be easier to say. Godlu ladonai iti neromama shemo yachdav. Okay. We are seeing that. Okay. Then we can read this because yes, Cindy first.
We just started with Lev Shalem in our synagogue, so I'm noticing this mark next to that line, this last line.
Yes.
What is
Okay.
that?
Okay, good. It's a directional sign. We bow. Remember I said we bow?
Oh, it tells you to bow then.
And
Okay.
you'll see that in other prayers. You'll see it obviously in the Mida and other things. So you'll see it a lot, but it's good to know. It's good to know what it means
Okay.
because obviously it's a directional help. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. So what did you think, Cindy? Did you look at it at all?
To be honest, I just got it.
Okay.
We just started like in September and then I
Yeah.
purchased
So
my
it's
own.
still new. It's still very new. Yeah.
I mean,
was just
someone
curious.
actually bought 400 copies of the books for our synagogue. And then you can buy some. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Actually, our synagogue here also just bought it. And we had somebody that purchased all of them, but then they're also selling them to put book plates in. So everything is profit.
Right.
And it's
So does
yeah.
the
Our sisterhood bought the mock stores and we will be getting the Sidors as well. And our
Nice.
sisterhood donated all the mock
Good
stores.
for you. Good for you.
So
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
are there plates put in the front of the book that indicates that that person gave all 400 of them? I mean,
No, usually what they do is, and it's done with other things too. It's been done with concerts and things like that. Somebody underwrites the purchase of the books. And whether it's the sisterhood or we had two families that did it in our synagogue. This is not always the way it's done, but sometimes it's done this way. It can be a lecture is done the same way. Somebody underwrites the cost of it, and then they dedicate each of the books, or you can have other people, contribute. And when they dedicate, then their name is put in. The name of the project usually is the person that gave it, or it's hopefully the sisterhood gets credit, because that's always an issue with sisterhoods. They feel like they don't get credit, but then usually the synagogue to make money, to be honest, for the synagogue, they will sell each book will have a book plate by who they, and usually also, honestly, the cost of the book is more than what the book really costs. If the book costs $28, they're not going to say you can donate a book for $28. They'll do 36 or whatever. But anyway, that's normally the way it's done in the synagogue. Both synagogues that I've been in, anyway. And actually, it's very nice because the Lev Shalem that we have now was brand new, as in Judy's shul, and to walk to the shul. And a lot of the book plates, I recognize the names now because I'm, being there. And that's nice. It's nice to look at the names. So, that makes you remember your family, as it were. So, and people will give. The funny thing is, people, if they get a book that you donated, sometimes they'll give you, their book if they find your name, and then take a different one so that you can stop with the one you donated. Yes, Cindy.
Coincidentally, we've been using the Lev Shalem Matzor for years, and we had copies, and it just got lost in the mix years ago. And a friend of mine's husband picked up our book and was able to bring it over to us. So
it's nice. It's a nice feeling because you donated in memory or in honor of somebody, whatever, and it's nice to see it. Yeah. Okay. Now, so we're going to continue because I don't know if the Torah is carried around in your shul, but we do the prayer even if we're not carrying it around these days because of COVID. Yes, Judy.
We just this past Rosh Hashanah started to carry it around, but we, still somewhat distance. But and of course, then we always sing. We chant the prayer.
Exactly. And we also started walking around now. Yeah, I have to say I agree with Fauci. As I think that we are post-pandemic. We're not post-COVID because we're still worried about COVID, no question. But things are becoming a little bit more normal in most places. But whatever. I still remember the pictures of Manhattan empty, so that was just totally out of the world. Okay, I'm going to read, and then I'm going to have volunteers. And when you volunteer, you can read. It's going to be the whole paragraph I'm going to read, but you can read any piece of it. Lacha Adonai Hagadula v'Hagavura v'Hatiferet v'Hanetzach v'Hahod Ki Kol Bashamayim Uva'aretz Lacha Adonai Hamamlacha v'Hamitnaseh v'Chol Larosh Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'Hishtachavu Lahadom Raglav Kadosh Hu Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'Hishtachavu Lahar Kodsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. You can read any piece of that. And I urge you to volunteer to read because that's the only way you're going to learn. Yes, Gloria, thank you.
Lecha Adonai Hagadula v'Hagavura v'Hatiferet v'Hanetzach v'Hahod Ki Chol Bashamayim Uva'aretz Lecha Adonai Hamam Lacha v'Hamit Naseh L'chol Larosh Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'Hishtachavu Lahadom Raglav Kadosh Hu Romamu Adonai Eloheinu V'Hishtachavu Lahar Kadsho Ki Kocho.
Yeah, because you're reading so well, I figure I can correct. Look above it under Raglav, under the Lamed, and see that little vowel, and look at it under the first letter of Kodsho. See the difference?
It's indistinct in the book, so I don't even have a vowel under the cuff.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like for some reason.
Which one are you using?
It looks like it's just the print that got messed up on that.
Oh, okay.
So it's Kocho.
Yeah, and here you could and I have this book and it's a line and a dot. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
Perfect. Fabulous. Okay. And that we all sing, so yes. Faye, do you have a question? comment?
I do, Judy. If you could just clarify more. I see the difference here between what's Raglov and Code Show. So the line and the dot is an O?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
The line
It's
and
very,
the dot.
it really is hard to see, but, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the good news, bad news is that it exists, because if you looked in an old Siddur, they would look exactly the same and you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
worry about distinction. But then you wouldn't know, unless you're a grammar or you actually know the prayers, how it's supposed to be read. It is a little hard, but
Why did they do that?
Yeah,
well,
why do they,
the
why do
issue
they
is
do-
they want to acknowledge that it is the same vowel. I mean, if it is that vowel, the way it looks is, it's a different vowel, but the way it looks is the same actually. But they want to make it. They're trying to make it easier for you. That's the point. Trying to make it easier to read, and they don't want to do it completely differently, because then it wouldn't be that valid. They just can't do that. They can't bring themselves to do that. So they just show it a little differently. In the one book, in the Lev Shalem, it has the line underneath as longer, and in the Sim Shalom, it has the dot instead of the line. So yes, it is not totally easy to read, but to me, it's better than not having it, because I know how to read it this way.
does it change the tense or something like that? What does it do?
No, it's a different. It's actually a different vowel. It's a katan as opposed to a gadol, whatever. But it's shown, the way it's shown is the same.
Are there any
So,
keywords in this,
any keywords? Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
here? For sure.
okay. So you know what? Obviously, we know Lacha. We know Adonai. Hagadula. Do you know what can you think of what the root would be for that?
Gadol.
Good. Thank you. Gadol. Greatness. Okay. In general, if you're looking for a root, sometimes it's harder than others, but one thing you can do is usually take off the hey at the beginning, or above at the beginning, and then at the end you'll have the pronoun attached. So then if you look inside, like if you take away the hey, you see the Gimel Dal Lamed, which is Gadol. Okay. So that's certainly a Gavura. We talk about strength. Ibor. That's also a good word. Okay. Bashamayim uva aretz. We should know that. Anybody know what's Bashamayim uva aretz? Gloria. And then Anfe will be next.
In the heavens and in the earth.
Good. And on the earth. Exactly. So that's a nice thing, because we talk about that a lot. That's one of the things we believe in, that it's in the heavens, and God's given it to us on the earth. Hamalacha. It's not even just, it is a keyword, but I'd like you to be able to see what the roots are. Say, you have any idea what that is, what the root is? It's on the line underneath, Ki kol bashamayim uva aretz. Lacha Adonai hamamlacha.
No.
Does anybody know what the root for that?
King? Melech?
Yes, thank you. Exactly. Good. So it's nice to be able to find the root for yourself. You can okay. This is easy. No, the other stuff, Kadosh, we know is holy. And the others, I mean, are all important, and as you can see, and we talked about Kodsho, the same root, Kodesh is the root for that. We can see it fairly easily. So that's nice to know, how we can find the roots of them. Then we can know what more of the words are that we're reading. And I have nothing against you looking at the English. I just don't want you to look at the transliteration. Because it's good to know what it says, what it understands. And also sometimes, and especially even more so, and not guaranteed and not all the time, in the Lev Shalem, they try to match the Hebrew with the English, not just make it poetic. So you can see, if you look at the Hebrew and look at the English, what some of the words mean. Okay. Okay. I'd like us just to do the blessings for the Torah, and then we'll move on. Well, maybe we'll finish, but whatever. I think most of you are fairly comfortable with this, but I just want to make sure you're totally comfortable, that if you, I don't know if your shul does it or if you'll be in shul, but for Simchas Torah, one of the things is everybody gets an aliyah. So during the year, there are some people that get more than others. If you do Kohen Levi, obviously the Kohanim get a lot more if there aren't too many. But on Simchas Torah at the shul, I don't know at this shul because I haven't been here in person. At our shul that we were at before here, is everybody gets an aliyah. Some shuls will group people, some will do them individually, but you should know the bracha. Also, and I'm not speaking against any shul's tradition. Please, whatever your shul tradition is, you can continue that. But it is halachic that only one person should actually be doing the bracha, even if you call up two people, because then you know who you're answering. When you do two people, you don't know who you're really answering, was is understanding. So, like, if they will call up Barry and me, because for our son's bar mitzvah, the way we handle it is one of us will do the bracha before, and one will do the bracha afterwards. But if your synagogue lets two people or six people or whatever, I'm not speaking against that. I'm just saying that traditionally that's the way it should be done. Okay, so I know that you guys know this, so I'm going to ask somebody to volunteer to do the blessing before the Torah. Say, Krasner, we didn't ask you for, and then Cindy, you're going to do after, or you can do it again before, because I really want you. This is something you should be comfortable with, and you do it by yourself too. Some of the other prayers, like when we did the other prayers before, when we take out the Torah, that's done with everybody together, so you have a little support. Okay, Faye, sorry.
Okay. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Now you, Faye.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher b'char banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Good. Okay, Cindy. You can repeat that one or do the after the Torah, whichever you like.
After. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah et emet v'chayei olam b'toch. Wait, I'm trying to take away memory to actually read it.
Yes. Good.
B'tochenu.
Good.
Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Right, and that is fabulous, Cindy. That's what I'd like you to do. Is even though you know it, you don't really even have to maybe look at it to actually read it, so you know what it looks like. Thank you, Yashikoa. Both of you, great. Anybody else want to do this? You can. Good, Arlene.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol hamamim v'natalanu et Torato Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Good, Yashikoa, but you started in the middle. Just know that you have to do the Baruch first normally.
Yeah, I realize that. That threw me off.
Yeah, that's okay. I know you would do it. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, et Adonai hamvarach.
Good. And then we say Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed, and you say it again.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Perfect. Good. See, we know more than some of the people that come to the Torah. I'm sure you've had people that don't repeat it, even though the card usually says repeat. But okay.
I don't think they're doing the card. I think they're doing it like Cindy said. I think they're doing it from what they remember.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I don't do that. I came up. They moved around the lectern for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur for the high holidays because the room is set up differently. And I had an Aliyah, and I was Levi, and I don't know who the Kohen was. Whatever. I know the Kohen is blind. So she didn't need the card. So I get up there and there's no card, no nothing. And I stopped. I did not do it. I said, there's no paper. Either I had a Siddur with me, I opened up, or I waited for the card. Because first of all, I want to be able to read it, because you forget whatever. And just as an aside, since we should know the choreography, we talked a little bit about choreography. We know that we touch the reader should show you where they finished, where they're going to read when they begin, and you kiss you touch. If you're wearing a talit, you touch it with your talit. Sometimes if you're not wearing a talit, they'll have the binder for the Torah on the left turn, and you'll use that to touch the place. And I don't know if this is absolutely necessary, but I do. I don't touch it on the letter. I touch it on the white space near it, because you don't want to damage you don't want anything to happen to the letters, because then it becomes, you can't use the Torah. And then afterwards they show you again where they finished, and presumably, hopefully, and you guys can do it, even though I'm not suggesting that you could read Torah, because I can't, but if you can follow the words, if you're looking when they're reading, and so you will know where they finish, but usually they point to it as well, and you do that before you start. Yes, Cindy, I think, had a question.
What's the rule, so to speak, for when a Levi does their Aliyah? Can they do it after, like if you have more than one Levi, can they do it later? It's okay?
It depends on the synagogue. It really depends on the synagogue. The one I came from, we just did 1, 2, 3, 4 to avoid the problem. A lot of Kohanim in particular, rather Levim, I don't find this with, but Kohanim don't like it. They want to be Kohen. But what they do at this synagogue, which is interesting. First of all, you could always have that's why sometimes they add aliyot. Let's see, acharon, which means the last. So they'll have the regular aliyahs before, except for maftir, but they'll split up the Torah reading, because a Levi or a Kohen can have additional aliyot. You know what I mean? After the 7. So they may add. What we do here, which I've never seen before, is they do Kohen Levi, and then go to the regular. I've never seen that before. But so there are different ways to do it, because in fact, the Kohen and the Levi, on the one hand, it's a big honor because you have an aliyah that, you get that rather than all the other people that have the other ones. But on the other hand, you can't take all the aliyot, because you can only take, if they designate Kohen and Levi, those are the only ones you can have. Other than maftir, obviously everybody can have maftir, because that's the maftir is the person that does the Haftorah. So anybody can do that, and you can add aliyot, and they can do those.
Is it that a Kohen can do a Levi in addition? I mean, it can, as opposed to a Levi.
What they say is depending on the synagogue, if you can have a Levi do the Kohen aliyah. You say instead of the Kohen, because there's no Kohen here. And it actually, they say,
right.
There's no Kohen here, so we're going to have the Levi do it. Usually, it's not that there are no Levi'im. Usually you have fewer Kohanim than Levi'im.
Okay, I had another question about the second aliyah, Torah Emet.
Yes, it's modified. Emet is modifying Torah. When you see that, it's being modified. It's the truth Torah. It's like a beautiful dress. It's the Torah of truth. Emet is modifying Torah, so it becomes Torah Emet.
What's the ending on the Torah?
That's because it's being modified. That's why it has it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because it has the adjective attached to it, it actually becomes almost one, and it's modified, and that's why it has that. You'll see it. You don't see it a lot, but it's a grammatical form.
Whatever does she?
Okay. Any other questions? Yes, Gloria.
On the second line of the bracha, once again, it's the mikol.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Aligned with the dot.
Bye.
Wait, tell me again where you're looking.
On the second line of the first full blessing. Once again,
Asher
it's
Bachar Banu Mikol. Yes,
Nicole
yes.
again. I
yes.
have this that I'm using to teach the grandkids.
Oh, good,
Oh.
nice.
Yeah,
Right.
we
Good.
try.
And that one has a line and a dot. No, it doesn't. That's
No, it
It
different.
doesn't. It
That
doesn't.
just has the T, whatever that is.
It has the
It just,
T on it, yeah.
yeah.
The
So-
second one.
That doesn't distinguish, and that's why this is really, even though it's hard to read, it's actually much easier. And one of the places you'll often see that O sound is kol, which means all. So you'll see
Oh.
that a lot.
Okay, so what do I tell them it's called? Is there
I
a
wrote
name?
it down. I have it on my paper here.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. It's called Kamatz Katan. The funniest thing is that's the Katan, and the Gadol is read as Ah, which I think is weird because I think that the O should be
Reverse.
but it is.
So it's
The Kamatz Katan is when it's pronounced like an O, as in north, and the Kamatz Gadol is the Ah sound like father.
gotcha.
Did you
Okay.
make that, Gloria, or did you get
No,
that?
no. I
Where do you
I
get-
got it on Amazon during the pandemic when I was helping to homeschool one of the grandkids
A
on
poster on
Zoom.
the poster on
Yeah.
the alphabet?
Yeah, I
Oh,
got it
cool.
on
I
Amazon.
like that.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
laminated, which is great.
Laminate. Yeah.
So I can wipe it
Nice.
clean.
Nice, nice, good.
Okay.
So good
Thank
for
you.
you. Good. Okay, yes, I did look that up before we started this class.
The
I didn't know.
alphabet, Gloria, you must know when we started in the beginner class, what did we do? The Judi, what's her name? The Friedman lady, the alphabet
Karen?
song. What's her name? You know,
Olive.
Debbie
Deb-
Freeman.
Debbie
You
Friedman,
know
Debbie
that one.
Friedman.
Got the kids absolutely.
Olive,
Yeah.
is that
I
mean, I
Debbie
loved it.
Friedman? Is that Debbie Friedman?
Debbie
There are a
Friedman.
lot of things, but it's
Ah.
very interesting with some of the tunes. We think that one of the things, a phrase that people use
Thank
is Sinai. That means like forever, instead of from Sinai. And some of the things that you think are forever were not forever. Some of them are from Debbie Friedman, some of them other, more
Yeah, Debbie Friedman
modern
said-
rabbis.
Yeah, it's wonderful for the children. I mean, and for the adults.
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
yes. Okay, any other questions about the Aliyah to the Torah? No. Okay, great. Okay. So then just things that you do. Sometimes people, they call it benching go mail, which is on the page underneath mine in the Slim Shalom. God forbid if you have if you survive, not going to survive, a danger. God forbid if you're in a car accident. Also, you do it if you go over water, because that was very dangerous. If you traveled over water. So if you're going to Israel, usually they'll do it when you come back, when you make it, when you've succeeded. Also, Rachel, just as a point of information, Rachel is not here. She had an operation last week. I don't know when she's coming back, but she had surgery. So just to keep her in your prayers. Yeah, so that comes next, and people will do that, and usually they'll give them an aliyah to the Torah when they have after they have the aliyah, they will read that, and it's responsive with the congregation. It's not common, but it does happen. Then we do that. Then comes the Mishabera. Some synagogues, I don't know if they're doing it anymore. They used to do it after each aliyah, which does schlep out the Torah reading. So our synagogue actually does a mishabera for everybody that had an aliyah to the Torah at the end. So whatever, it's just as a point of information.
What pages is that? What page is that Mishabera on?
If you're on which book are you using? Oh, this one. It's on 143. For those called to the Torah, it has male, female, or plural. There's a special one if you have an ofra, which is you have this before you get married. God will, it's nice to have an offer. If it's not always the Shabbos before, sometimes it's a week before, 2 weeks, whatever's convenient. It also has one for a bar mitzvah, for a bat mitzvah, for somebody to tell. There's all kinds of special things, and that would be done by either the chazan or the Torah reader.
I
Or
thought that was the prayer, the Mishabera was the prayer for those who are sick. I got it confused now.
yes, yes, and no. Yes, yes,
Um,
you're absolutely right. We do. That's the one we usually think of as a Mishabera, is that when we're asking for health for them, but there also is the special. I don't know what it's called. If it doesn't say, it doesn't distinguish. Just to honor the person and to wish the person well that has an aliyah to the Torah. You can do one. Or if they're going to Israel or whatever, any special occasion, you could do the bracha. But we usually think of it as the one that we do for people that are ill. Yeah. Okay, two different ways to use it. Okay. Oh, this book, and I'm looking at the Slim Shalom. It's God for after childbirth. You know, it's interesting because usually you think that would be in a rabbi manual, but it's actually in our Siddur, all these different Mishaberos that can be said. Okay. Then we have the Kaddish, which we don't have to do right now. And then we have the Haftorah. And then I would like to do the prayer for the state of Israel, if that's okay with people, because this is something I hope that your synagogues do, and that we didn't do always. So a lot of people aren't so comfortable with it. So I'd like to do that if possible, and then we will move to Hallel, God willing, because we don't have that much time. Okay, maybe you know what? We're gonna stop at state of Israel because we can come back to that. Because we'll be here we'll be here again, God willing. We're gonna go to Hallel. Okay. If you have the Slim Shalom, it's page 131. It's before the Torah service. Okay. Let me see. I had it in this book. I had the page number in the Lev Shalem. One of the things I don't like about the Lev Shalem is, and here it is. Okay, Shabbat and festivals. It does not list Hallel. Oh, there it is. 316. 316 in the Lev Shalem. 315 actually. 315 in the Lev Shalem. 131 in the Slim Shalom, and I did mark, and 378 in the full Slim Shalom. So the full Sim Shalom is 378, 315 in the Lev Shalem, and the Slim Shalom it's 131. You'll notice that before the regular bracha for Hallel, we have the blessing for taking a lulav, which is what's coming up now, the lulav at Etrog. And it gives you a little explanation in some of these books about the lulav and etrog. But each person says it when you hold it, when you first take it for the first time, as in, and we have a lot of things that we do for the first time. So the bracha is Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kidshanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu al Netilat Lulav. Anybody do a do challah and wash their hands first? Same word, netilat. Okay, we talked about familiar words. Okay. Anybody else would like to read this bracha? This is not so. Come on, you gotta be okay. Thank you, Judi Frank.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kiddushanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu al Netilat Lulav.
Good. Yasher Koach. Okay. So we start when we do the blessing with the pitom, which is the where the stem is down, not where the stem is, where the flower would have been. because as we know, fruits have flowers first, and then the fruit develops. So where the flower would be, you put it down, and then when you shake it, you turn it the other way. Okay, and then we have the prayer. What that we say? We have to redo it the first time. What prayer do we do? You can look at it before the first time we do anything.
Shekiano.
Good. Okay. Somebody want to read that? So it should be right underneath the blessing for lulav. I have two books open. Thank you, Faye.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechayanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Good. Okay. And then we get to the actual Hallel. That's just for the lulav. Then we get to the Hallel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et hahallel. Okay, I have a volunteer. Marlene, thank you. You haven't read in a while.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et hahallel.
Good. The Hallel. Hallel. You read it perfectly. Hallel. Exactly right. That's exactly right. The
Hallel.
Okay.
Right. Hallel.
Exactly right. Trying to think of-
Hallel has the same as hallelujah.
Yes, thank you.
Now, what is Hallel then? Hallel. Hallel's the same as hallelujah. Yeah.
What's the difference? But what is the addition of Hallel when she says hallelujah? What did we add to the Hallel? The Hallel when we say hallelujah.
Yeah. The yeah.
And what is the Yah? What's Yah?
God's name.
God. Exactly.
God.
It's God. And actually, in some place, and I don't remember where it was, but I should have remembered. In the service for Rosh Hashanah, I don't remember. It actually there was something that says hallelujah, and it said Yah. So it actually separated the two, where we usually see it together. It's praising, it's extolling, it's whatever, Hallel. I don't know the exact English translation. And when you put in God, then it gets more specific and it actually says to God. We know that that's actually, hopefully we know that that's what we're doing, who we're praising. But and when you actually say hallelujah, you actually put it in the word. Good. See, you know these things. Good. We have learned things as we go along here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna read part of this at least. Hallelujah. Hallelujah of day Adonai. Hallelujah et Shem Adonai. Yehe Shem Adonai Mivarach Me'ata Ve'ad Olam. Mimizrach Shemesh Ad Mivo'o Muhulal Shem Adonai. I'm going to stop there. I don't want to read too much. Okay, anybody? I'm sure I can see some hands there.
What's the
Thank you,
tune?
Judy
Is there a
Carlin.
tune to this though? Is there a tune? What's the tune?
I'm not sure if he's saying this one or not.
Don't worry, it's okay.
I that's why I was trying to figure out the tune. I was thinking, and the next one I definitely know the tune. So we're going to read this piece, and the next one, but say I know the tune if I can come out. Okay, Judi Carlin.
Hallelujah of day Adonai. Hallelujah et Shem Adonai. Yishem Adonai Mavarach Me'ata Va'ad Olam.
Good.
Mimizrah Shemesh Ad Mavo'o Mahulal Shem Adonai. Ram
Good.
Al Kol Goyim Adonai Al Hashemayim Kavodo.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
more?
You say Adonai, and I understand why, but if with the Yud Hey Vav Hey, it's not so obvious because they don't have the vowels. But if we're talking where if we have it with the actual letters of the word, it's Adonai, it's the ah rather than the ah. Okay, and we can see it. I'm sure when we come to it, I'll point it out. We just don't have it here.
I've been saying it wrong all this stuff.
It's okay. It's sort of old
Adonai.
when they do more oys. If you ever hear somebody really old, not anybody here. My father used to do that a lot of oys, and when he read, Shemesh. Does anybody know what that is?
Oh,
Shemayim.
No.
Yeah, you're close.
Finish.
He was right about it. Yeah, the heavens or the sun. Good. So and you can see hallelujah. It's the same. It's part of that is a hallel again. That's just another form. Okay, and we know alam. We know a lot of these words. Mivorach. What's the root there? Mivorach. And mem is another one of those letters that come before.
Baruch.
Yes. Hey, Baruch. Good.
Baruch.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Okay. The next one I know. B'tzeit Yisrael mi Mitzrayim. Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Hayta Yehuda lekocho. Yisrael mam shalotav. Hayam ra'ah. Vayanos Hayarden. Yisov v'achor. Harim Rakadu Elim. Givaot Kivnei Tzon Malachayam Gitanus Ayarden Tisov Le'achor. That's a tune we use, I mean, loosely speaking, for when we do this prayer. I have a volunteer.
Where are we starting, Judy?
B'tzeit Yisrael.
Okay. I'll go ahead. B'tzeit Yisrael, Mimitzrayim, Beit Yaakov, Ma'am
Yes, Me'am.
Me'am Lo'ez.
Good.
Hayata Yehuda Lekocho.
Good.
Yisrael, Mamish Lotan.
Say it again.
Ma,
You just sound it out, but then after you sound it out, you can put it together. Mam Shlotav.
Mam Shlotav. Mam Shlotav. Hayam Ra'am Vayanot Hayardain Yisov Lehahor.
Wait, what's that? The last word after you so.
Lehahor.
Good.
He'arim.
Harim.
He'arim. Rakdu.
Good.
He'elim.
Good.
Givaot. Kivnei Tzon.
Good. Good.
Malacha Hayom.
Good.
Ki Tanu. Hayardain. Tisov. Lehahor.
Yeah, the ayin, the aleph doesn't have the sound the hay does. So if you're sometimes reverse that.
Okay.
Good.
Lehahor. Heharim.
Good.
Tirkdu.
Good.
He'elim.
Good.
Givaot.
Good.
Kibnei Tzon.
Good.
Milifnei Adon Huli Aretz. Milifnei Eloha Yaakov. Hahofakhem Chi, Hatsur, Agam, Mayim, Chala, Mish,
Good.
Lama, Mayim.
Just the word before the after a Kalamish.
Lema,
My it has the yud. Don't forget the yud because it also has dots underneath. It has vowel underneath. So my
My,
no.
Mayim.
Good. Good. Anybody else? You guys have to be brave here. Okay. And do I have somebody else that would like to read that piece? You can read part of it if you don't have to read the whole thing, Arlene. And then
No, I'm
Faith's
only
gonna-
reading part because Gloria was amazing. It was great. Really great.
I think if she's tutoring already, she knows. Obvious, she knows a lot. We know.
You had your bat mitzvah, Gloria, right?
I never did.
Oh, interesting.
In our synagogue, girls did not have bat mitzvahs, and I haven't done an adult one. Maybe I will at some point.
That was what it was great. I'm going to try a couple of lines and then we'll let.
That's as much as you can. Look, the point here is to learn how to read, and the only way you can do it is by doing it. So please don't be afraid, and please read. Yes, and you as much as you want.
B'Seit Yisrael Min Ram Yim Beit
Me meets Ryan. That should be a word that's familiar with you. For you.
Mitzrayim. Me
Why
Mitzrayim.
is it familiar? What word is there?
Mayim.
No, Mitzrayim. Me is the
Mitzvah.
prefix.
Mitzvah.
Mitzrayim. No, not mitzvah. It's not so. It's not so easy. It's not. Don't make it harder than it is.
Is it the
Me
heaven?
is from Mitzrayim. I'll give you a hint. There's another holiday where we're talking about Mitzrayim a lot, and it's Pesach.
Egypt.
Right, Egypt or Mitzrayim. People say it's actually Mitzrayim is the time of the pharaohs and whatever, rather than only Egypt. So sometimes it's not. In my Haggadah, it's actually not even translated. It's only Mitzrayim. So, but see that word you know, okay?
Okay.
The
Beit
prefix, which is another prefix. The vav is and or but. Me is from. The mem is from, and okay.
Okay.
B'Seit Yisrael mi Mitzrayim. Okay, continue.
Beit Yaakov Me'am Lo Ez.
Good.
Hi Ta
Good.
Yehuda Le Kadsho Yisrael Mam 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 Sho Lo Tav
Good.
Hayom Ra'ah
Wait, start again. What was that word?
Hayom Ra
Hayam.
Hayam Ro'ah
No, why are you doing the O? Look
Ra.
again.
Ra
Good.
Ra'ah
Good.
Vayanos
Good.
Hayor Dane
Good.
Yitzov Le'ahor
Good.
He Hayrim
Good.
Rak Do Rak Do Ha A Rim
Good.
Gevaot
Good.
Ki Kivne Si So
Tone. Right.
Song.
Good.
So-
Only one vowel there.
Yeah,
Good.
song. Ma Lecha
Good.
Hayam Ki Hanus ha yar dain ti sov le ahor
Good.
Heharim tir could do he lean give a vote ki ne si song
Right.
mi li leaf ne adon huli arets mi li
RX.
arets mi
Good.
leaf ne Eloha ya el loha
Good.
ya cove
Good.
ha hof he ha su vor
Sure. Don't make it too hard. Hot sure.
yeah, because there's two
Dot in the body is nothing. It's just
oh,
hot.
that's what I was doing hot
Right.
sur gam mayim halamish le my no mayim
Good. Good. Mayim is because they're two words connected. That's why you have the line. It is two words, but they're connected. Yes, Gloria.
Why does the Samach sometimes have a dot and sometimes not? And the
It's the
hay
same way
also?
where the Tsur, when she's looked at Tsur, and it also has a dot.
Yeah,
It actually is a grammatical thing, and the letter is supposed to be part of both the syllable before and the syllable after, but when we read it, you don't hear that. And there are a lot of letters that when we're not so carefully reading, when we're just praying or whatever, and not being so careful reading, you don't notice them. But when we're being so careful, you see it. And the mem also has a dot. What does that mean?
yeah,
You know,
and the hay,
when it's vet and vet, that's easy. We know that
Right.
actually makes a difference in how it's read. But a lot of consonants have that dot, and it's a grammatical issue. But you don't hear it when you say it. Yes, Cindy.
I have a question about the schwa. It
Sure.
seems like it's larger under some letters than others. Is that when you pronounce
Give me a
it?
hint. Give me a hint of what you're talking about.
Okay, so
if
the
you can
very
see it.
first word there. Okay.
Where?
Very first word, the zait. See how the schwa there is, it almost looks a little diamond shape there.
The same. The dot is the schwa's the same. It's just that the letter, the whole word is bold.
No,
Because-
but then you have it, okay, go down to second line, third word. The
code show. The
show.
code show.
So is that when you say the schwa? Is that like a little hint?
No,
that
it
you
actually.
pronounce it?
I think you see something that I don't see.
I don't see it either.
It looks the same
It
to
just
me
says in
everywhere.
Shalem.
Sometimes there's what I don't see the difference, to be honest, Cindy.
It looks almost like diamond shaped to me too.
I don't see that.
Okay,
I'm looking at the Slim Shalom, and I looked into the Lev Shalom. Which book are you looking at?
left Shalem.
I don't see the difference. I don't know. To me, they all look the same. But might be my eyes. Could be my eyes.
Well, I'm also using a magnifying glass and you can see
So
it
you
better.
see
that
it
way.
better than I do. But you're right. When I look really carefully, they almost don't look round. They look like diamonds.
I don't know,
But
is that like
I don't see any difference.
okay, I just was wondering.
It would be nice if they did that. If they, along with the other thing with the kamats, it would be nice if they looked different when it had a sound or it didn't have a sound. That would be helpful, Cindy. See what you can do.
Yeah,
With the next prayer book.
my next life, I'm gonna write a prayer book.
It would be helpful because we have lots of problems with that. That's one of the problems with reading Hebrew is that whether it has a sound or doesn't have a sound. But anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is now 11:02. We will not meet for 2 weeks. Feel free to drop in. Feel free to you can actually listen to somebody else's class if you'd like. Not and you can't go into the class because that would be not nice. Because that would be interrupting. But you can always look in the recording. But I will be in Israel. I will be coming back the Thursday before the next Friday, but I will be in class. I will hope to get something out before then. But if not, I hope my best because we're coming early in the morning, so I should have time to do it. But I want to thank everybody. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Sukkot, Simchas Torah, Shmini Atzeret. One of the things is I've never been to a place where we have Simchas Torah and Shmini Atzeret in the same day, which is what they do. So there's lots of stuff.
That's because you haven't been to Israel.
How long that service is going to be, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I wish you all the best and thank you. And please read. Please, if you can, either go to services or go to services virtually so you can hear the Hebrew because that's what's going to make us better. Anyway, and
Have a
also
Have a good trip. Have a wonderful
wonderful
trip.
trip.
Go in good
Wonderful
health and
trip.
return. health.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
Mr.
wonderful.
Cohen, have a safe travels.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I just don't want to come back with COVID, but we'll see.
No.
There's a whole form that we used to fill out to go to Israel, but they just stopped it, so we don't have to do that.
That's good. Okay, just enjoy.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat
everyone.
shalom.